Last time we started, he didn't even have the audio recording.
Oh, that's always fun.
I'm new to this.
6
You're
years.
doing great.
Thank
6
you.
years.
You're doing 6 years.
It's a different thing. Never used StreamYards or any of this shit. All right, cool. So give it a bit for people to start trickling in.
What link am I sharing?
Oh, you're not going to get it. You're not on Facebook.
I'm on Twitter.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
it doesn't go out to like, maybe it does. I don't know. It's on YouTube and Facebook. So if you just grab the thing from YouTube, you can tweet
Yeah,
that.
tweet the YouTube link.
Yeah, I can't tag people in this in StreamYard or StreamYards. So it just sends it, and then people have to just know what it is.
I'll do it. Start the shit.
What are they doing? Shit. All right, here we go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This week on Humpcast, Eddie Pence and Steve Rogers come in and join the boys to have a virtual birthday party. That's kind of it. There's not a lot of so we're gonna have fun. Good drums. Okay? All right. You're listening to Humpcast. Welcome to Humpcast, everybody. The show where a couple of buds get buzzed and give you your worthless 2 cents with Steve Rogers and Eddie Pence.
Yeah.
All right. My name's Garrett Lee.
I'm Ryan D.
And today we have 2 very special guests, of course. Returning is Mr. Steve Rogers and special guest Eddie Pence.
Hey. On it.
I think I'm doing a good job. Am I not? I'm trying to be
That was really good.
Thank you. I need constant reassurance that I can do my job. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right.
What's up, Eddie? How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me on.
I'm glad you're I've been wanting to ask you to be on. I was hoping to do it in the home studio version, but this is where I know everyone. This is where I know everyone has time, and
Yes,
I know no excuses. So, so I've been asking a few people, but yeah, I'm glad you said you agreed to come on.
No,
I'm
happy
to
to
have
be
you.
here.
But we do this show it is the show where a couple of buds get buzzed. So we start off every show with an alcoholic beverage of some sort. I know you don't drink.
No, I have a cup of water.
What? Okay.
All right. He didn't tell me that. All right. Switch to the next guest, guys. We're going
It's okay to be sober.
Yeah.
I freebase. Is that okay?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
you got to have some sort of vice.
Yeah.
I mean, we even had somebody on here that crushed coffee beans and snorted those. So
Oh, I just had an espresso, so caffeine.
Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
So anyway, this week I'm drinking a Torpedo IPA from Sierra Nevada.
Okay.
Steve, what are you drinking?
The same thing because we're in the same room.
We're in the same garage.
So,
you
you know.
I don't know. Maybe you guys have different shit.
Same undisclosed bunker.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Garrett, what are you
Well, very specifically for this reason that I'm having a nice little drinky drink. I brought in straight up tequila. I'm just gonna be drinking that. From
Wow.
Wow.
No, I'm
It's
totally
gonna be
like,
fun.
I would get annihilated.
It'll be real fun.
Yeah, I know. That's not what I'm trying to do right now. I actually just made myself a little cocktail with the tequila from there and pineapple juice and these like sparkling ice drinks. Like I like them because they're 0 sugar and they're super cheap and they actually taste really good. I don't know if anyone's like as someone who doesn't drink, Eddie. I was like, I don't know if you drink like sodas or not, but
I'll
they're
have
really
occasional
good.
soda.
Like
Yeah.
they're really good by themselves and 0 sugar. So that's usually what I drink with my alcohol.
Is there I know, Eddie, for anybody who's just tuning in, Eddie Pence is he's the co-host of the Ralph Report, Ramble podcast and Swing and Misses?
Swings and Misses, which is
Swings and
currently furloughed on the radio.com network. So
Cool. But anyway, I know I've listened to a lot of Ralph Report.
Awesome.
what's that?
No, Ryan's like cool. Like cool, you're furloughed. Awesome.
Well, there's no sports right now. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know.
We tried. We hung out for like 2 weeks and they finally like, no, go away. We'll
Yeah.
pay you and we'll pay you later.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, I have heard a lot of Ralph Report episodes, and I was wondering about if you can jog my memory. What's the reason why you don't really drink? Is there like a?
I never have. I never got into it. I guess my dad drank, my wife drinks, my friends drink.
Yeah,
I've been around it, but I just never.
Yeah, just never got into it.
You've never been drunk?
No.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I had a beer one time on a bet, and it was back in college. Remember Red Dog?
No.
Red Dog, no.
Never.
It was around. I think it had a shorter lifespan than Zima.
Oh, okay.
And I had that, and it took me like an hour and a half to drink it. It was so bad. And then I just never.
I think people that start drinking with a really like bad beer or just like whatever beer it's not a good like representation of what.
No, it is a good representation because if you think back when you first started drinking, did beer taste
bad.
good to you? No, it was fucking awful. And
it's an acquired taste.
Yeah. So,
and I just didn't want to acquire it.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
More power to you.
So it saved me a lot of money, so I could buy Legos,
dude.
Which I see those in the back; those look fucking awesome. Off camera, you were telling us that that's your office / kids room.
Well, it used to be my office till I had a kid, and now I have a 10-year-old, and now it's his room. And so I lost my office, so I just come in here to do. It's the only other room in the house I can get away from everybody and shut the door.
Those are your Legos.
Yeah, they're my Legos. Yeah.
How long do you think each one of those? Because I can barely see. But how long?
Months. There's probably $8,000 hanging on the ceiling right now. That's probably. There's so many Legos.
Right.
They're only hanging there because we ran out of shelf space for all the other Legos.
Fuck, dude.
Like there's the Death Star right there behind me on that shoulder right there.
I'm trying to see this little.
That's the Death Star.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I see it.
There's the Star Destroyer right up there.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's awesome. I know we were talking about getting some of those Legos to work on during this whole.
They're fun. It's fun to build them. They're just expensive as balls.
They're so expensive.
Yeah.
Why? I used to have just like a bucket. Remember, you just had like a bucket.
That's all I had. I had a bucket of Legos. Nothing matched. And I just build whatever I want.
Yeah,
now they're just like really expensive models.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like that's one thing that I never got into. Like as much as I loved Legos, I don't think I've ever built what was on the box. It was just you got a package of Legos and that went in the bucket and you made whatever you wanted.
Exactly. But not now. Now everything's built and you can't touch it. You have to leave it and then it just sits there and collects dust.
Well, it's because everything's all licensed now too. Like before, you used to just buy, like you'd buy something where it's like Aqua dude, it was like guy in the water.
You had like an astronaut and then a police officer, and then you would
you do whatever you wanted with them. But now it's like now you got to build the fucking Star Destroyer.
I was like, that's literally, I think, the premise of the Lego movie.
Yeah,
as kids, we would just build whatever the fuck we wanted. We were the master builders.
Yeah. Yeah, my son would craggle all of these if he had a chance.
Oh yeah,
he would totally craggle them.
So what have you been trying to do, or what have you been doing? What are some of the things you've been doing to try and stay busy throughout?
Well, actually, I just got furloughed Friday, and I still do the Ralph Report every day. So I go over to his house once for like an hour and a half every day. So I do get out of the house a little bit.
Oh, really?
But literally yesterday was my first day furloughed from my other job. So it's still kind of new to me because I was gone for like 5-6 hours a day before, but now it's starting to hit me now that I don't have anything to do.
Yeah. It's exhausting not doing anything.
It really is.
It really is.
Dude, just sitting around, just staring at the wall. You're just like, Jesus
I know.
Christ.
And then it's like they're trying to discourage you from going out and going to the stores or anything. Even that like makes me feel nervous when I go out. I went to Walmart today and it was it was scary.
No,
it
was scary.
What'd you go to Walmart for? What did you need at Walmart?
I needed a couple. Well, the thing is, like, there's no real grocery stores around here. The grocery stores are all tapped out, so I have to go to Walmart if I want like any sort of produce or anything.
Did they have toilet paper?
We're stocked up on toilet paper. We're good
for you.
Yeah, but I didn't look because I don't really need it right now.
You know, it was actually pretty funny the other day. Is like, I mean, so the shitty part, pun intended, whatever, is that like we were running low on toilet paper before any of this began. So like the first week,
same. I know.
Oh,
everyone started hoarding. We had 3 rolls, and we're like, "Fuck!"
Shit.
Just sit after you shower, make it last.
That's what That's what I've been doing, man. I got the handle that comes off the shower head, so
that's exactly what I've been doing.
Homemade bidet.
Yeah,
pretty much. I mean,
watch the bathtub when you're done.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I'll do one wipe to get like the big stuff, and then
All right.
Yeah.
go in there and just wipe.
Yeah,
Fucking
you do one wipe. You do one wipe for safety, and then
Oh.
the rest is
Get in the shower.
down the drain.
Yeah.
and then you fucking Lysol the shower. It's fine.
There you go.
Or whatever. Clean that shit out. But I was gonna say the funny thing is like my brother went on a random Costco run. Like we had no intention of finding anything. We didn't think we would, but he just happened to come across like one of the last packs of toilet paper
Nice.
like the other day. And the funny thing is when he rolled up, our neighbor next door also rolled up at the same time, but between us there's two Costco's. There's a north one and a south one. My brother goes to the south one, and so they came up and they both started unloading their Costco shit because I guess they both went to Costco but different ones. And then he pulls out the toilet paper. The neighbor's like, "Where the fuck did you get that?" And he's like, "You went to the wrong Costco, bro."
That's some like different
I
level.
still haven't been able to find it. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It was sheer luck. We've been going to stores asking employees when their next shipment is. Never can find it.
No, I got lucky. Like I went grocery shopping last week. The grocery store I went to, they just had them there, but they just had a limit, one pack per person.
Yeah, same.
and it just
same.
worked out.
Yeah, that's what they're starting to do now. I mean, last time I was at Walmart, they just happened to like put a pallet out, and they were like, like 2 per customer, whatever.
Yeah.
So this is where we're at.
That's the last place I would want to.
It's
Just a
getting
pallet
crazy.
in the middle of a Walmart, just like have at it. Like
Yeah.
fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
I'll just wait.
I saw this video where they put the sound effects of the Walking Dead horde
Yeah.
of people ripping apart a pallet of toilet paper. It's pretty funny.
I'm so shocked that you went to Walmart. Like I don't like going to Walmart outside of a pandemic.
I don't like it at all, but it's the only place I literally I can't find ground beef anywhere.
Drive
Like,
further. Just drive further.
Drive-
Keep driving.
Drive
Look
further.
anywhere.
Anywhere but Walmart.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm gonna get a disease go to the Walmart like
on a regular day.
just on a regular basis.
Yeah, I know. I know. It wasn't safe.
My cousin in Oregon, he sent us pictures of toilet paper all the time. He's like, "Yeah, no, everything's stocked here." I'm like, "Well, that's great. We live in fucking LA, and like everyone's going crazy."
Yeah.
Congratulations, Oregon has toilet paper.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I've been sitting around trying to figure out like some crafts to do or like I'm like, I wish I had like it's like we were even gonna go to Michael's, but like Michael's is closed too.
The one time you want to go to Michael's.
The one time I wanted to go to Michael's. It's been it's been hard. Just trying to figure some shit
Next
out.
episode will be Ryan picks up a new hobby.
Yeah.
He starts gluing
I
googly
was
eyes.
like crocheting on principle.
Yeah, how would you like it? Just everything we do is non-essential. All of our
Yeah,
hobbies.
everything.
Bars
Yeah.
are closed, the gyms are closed. I can't watch any sports. It's just like, well, what the fuck am I doing with my life now? Like
Read.
I guess read a book. Yeah.
Well, readings for losers.
No kidding.
Nerds.
Fucking nerds. So is there have you watched Tiger King yet, Eddie?
I have.
What-
My parents live near that. My parents live in Myrtle Beach. Near
Oh, really?
Doc Antle or whatever his fucking name is.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
live with Dog Ansel.
They live with him. They're two
That's
of
the guy with the wives, right?
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
killed several lion cubs.
Ah, okay. Did they
Oh.
get him or drown him? I wonder like how that goes.
I think they put him in the water and they shoot him in the water.
Ah,
I don't know.
sufficient.
My cousin actually my cousin's been to that guy's place. He's like a handyman and he's done some work for that guy before.
Oh, really?
And he said that all those beefs, like all the feuds are real, but
Yeah.
like a lot of like the way they made his compound look with like all the girls there and all that stuff, he said that's kind of exaggerated. That was
Huh.
sort of made up for the documentary.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy. Funny that the guy with like the many wives was like the most. He seemed like the most stable dude in that whole
Yeah.
documentary too.
He's the one guy I would trust out of all of those people.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He'd be the guy I would
He
hire.
was absolutely a cult leader.
Oh yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
mean, you have a cult leader, and then you had Meth Mouth
Oh,
down in Oklahoma. Like, who would you out of those three people? Who'd you want to hang out with?
Yeah. Actually, I mean, I really wanted to hang out with what's his name. I mean, the main guy because I thought that was some wild shit.
Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic, yeah, like he just shoots stuff and blows it up and like
yeah, until he was like aiming the gun near people. I'm like,
Yeah,
you can't.
Yeah, it's no. I lived
then
in the West for quick. No, I wouldn't want to do that at all. At all. It's like
where did you go to college again?
I'm to Baker University in Baldwin City, Kansas, a school in a town no one's ever heard of.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, there was a lot of that. Like, hey, yo, you want to go down to the fucking go mudding? I'm like, no, I don't. You don't want to go shoot some shit? And then like, all right. And then we just go blow shit up. And it's just like, well, this was All right, can we do something normal now?
This is normal.
Yeah. Where are you from? You don't like to blow shit up?
Yeah.
Like, no, I get arrested when I do shit like that where I'm from.
You guys set a van on fire though, didn't you?
That was an accident on the 4th of July. It was an accident, and the van was abandoned. But yes, that did happen.
Were you lighting fireworks in the van?
At the van.
Yeah.
At the van?
At
Near the van?
At the van, in the van, because like the back window was broken out, and it was in the parking lot of my fraternity. And one of the seniors who graduated, left his shitty van there that didn't work. And it was 4th of July, and then we were like dumb kids, and so we were shooting bottle rockets and throwing sparklers in it and shit. And then one thing led to another, like, oh shit, there's a fire in there, and then it got out of hand very fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, Midwest
College.
Yeah. You ask like, oh, my college experience, I did this, and that. I'm like, oh yeah, no, we accidentally lit vans on fires and blew shit up. I'm like, where did you go? Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's better you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Garrett, what did you do for your birthday? I know we have Eddie on here to chime in on any of your exciting birthday celebrations yesterday.
It's my birthday!
I'm sorry. I'm super happy that I got some sound drops and shit like that. Like, I think Ryan's gonna love this one too, because basically on my birthday I just worked, but worked as in like just doing like random shit around the house. I'm not good at like sitting still at all. Sometimes I'll just
Grab a stick and twist it!
I'll do that every once in a while. No, I'm kidding. Yesterday for my birthday, I literally stayed home. And like my friend came over who doesn't give one fuck about social distancing. It sucks. And
wait, who?
Jeanette.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she doesn't give a fuck.
Why?
But,
Why doesn't she give a fuck?
Yeah, why doesn't she give a fuck?
I mean, she doesn't not give a fuck. She has select people. So instead of the same house, it's basically just me and her house. Like she.
Oh, well, that's like me and Steve.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, you guys are in the same boat, basically. So she's like still doesn't go like out or anything like that, but she's just go because she's also working from home. So she really doesn't have any she doesn't have to deal with people in person, I guess.
Sure,
but then,
that doesn't mean she doesn't give a fuck. That just means she's
like, I thought she was like, oh, it's a hoax. I don't give
that's what I thought you were talking about too. I thought we were gonna get some. I thought we were gonna finally hear about these people that finally know somebody.
No, dude. If you there are plenty of people, and it's bugging me too, because like it's also kind of tempting. I do have friends that also don't give a fuck, and I kind of lecture them a little bit, like, but they'll invite me over, and I'm like. Or because they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm having some people over." I'm like, "That's the worst thing you could do right now. Don't do that."
I mean, you somewhat did that to me on my birthday, but you know,
I did what? That was your idea. Was like, I'm gonna have people over. I'm like, that's
yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna have like 2 people in my garage. Like, it wasn't like I wasn't having a party, but I was like, "Fuck you guys, I'm still having a birthday party." I don't know. I had like 4 people here.
Yeah, I was like, it's up to you. It's the thing is like you want to minimize it the most. There's a great chance that everyone you invite over is fine.
Yeah, but
there's a greater than 0 chance that somebody has something.
I guess.
There's a chance, but like I've spent the last couple of weeks just in my house doing nothing.
So me too.
So
I mean, literally the 3 people I had here either live all in the same house or are like my relatives.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like
or all lost their jobs and so we're just sitting around doing nothing. So it's like we haven't been in public, so I think we're okay.
Yeah,
for now.
That's fine. Like I said, you can do whatever you want. It's just it makes it a greater than 0 thing.
No,
that's
absolutely. No, you're absolutely right.
I
haven't even seen my own family like in person because it's like I don't know. Like my dad still has to go to work, so that's a possibility. Like certain people still have to go do things. Every time I go to the grocery store, I hear someone cough, and I'm like, that could be a thing.
Yeah. You have your mask and gloves and everything. Yeah, protect yourself.
Of course. It's just like it creates that greater than, like I keep saying it, but it creates the greater than 0 possibility. Every time you step outside or anyone steps inside, it's greater than 0. You just decide to take your risk when you do it.
Yeah,
that's all I did.
Sorry, I've been really tripping out on people with kids. That's like, I'm like, how are they not going insane yet? I mean, like Eddie, you have a 10-year-old.
Yeah, 10-year-olds are pretty. You can sort of. 10-year-olds are pretty. You can kind of distract them. You give them video games. You can tell them to do school assignments. They're kind of like, you don't have to constantly entertain a 10-year-old. Like a 5-year-old or a 4-year-old, you constantly have to be like giving them something to do.
Yeah.
Or they're completely in your grill the whole time.
Right. Like my girlfriend's been she's been FaceTiming with her friend, and she's got like a 4-year-old.
She's 3.
Ooh.
3,
Yeah.
and it's like they so they FaceTime together and
that.
try and hang out like on the FaceTime. Then that kid's just screaming,
No,
and
3's the worst age. The
Yeah,
worst
I have a
age.
3 and a 5-year-old at my place. And
Oh,
3's the worst.
they're not my
Steve,
kids.
when did you get kids?
They're
right.
Lauren's kids. And so
those are my sister's kids.
I just hide in my room because as soon as I come out, they're like, "Oh, come play with me! Hey, you're here now." And it's just like, "Oh, fuck!" Like,
Yeah.
you're not
No.
mine, so I don't have to do.
I don't have to.
Yeah,
3's the worst. 3's worse than 2. 2's not that bad. 3's awful.
I want to
Yeah.
say anywhere between 3 and like 9, because then there's that thing where it's like they want to go out and they don't really know why they're not allowed to go out. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they want something. They're like, why won't you let me do things?
Yeah.
Whereas like 10 and up, obviously you can understand the situation a little bit more. Like, okay, I can't do that.
Yeah.
And then you can could probably FaceTime. I imagine, like, does your kid FaceTime as his friends or whatever?
Yeah, he's good. What LAUSD is doing, since school's closed now, probably for the rest of the year, they're doing this thing with the teacher does a Zoom conference with the whole class. So he sees his whole class every day for like
Okay.
2 or 3 hours. He's in his room on his iPad, zooming with his whole class doing their assignments.
If you're not in there doing this with us,
If I'm not doing my podcast, which take precedence over his schoolwork,
right?
I think it'd be
obviously.
hilarious to do a back-to-back thing where you're doing a podcast and then literally behind you is your son.
He's doing that. I'm talking about dick jokes, and he's over there with his
Dad, shut the fuck up! I'm trying to do math.
these dick jokes pay for your dinner. Like, shut up.
All right, 12 times 14 is what, class? That bitch has the biggest titties. Shit.
Does
No,
it
like,
get weird? Does it get weird sometimes though? Like, does he understands that like what you do for a living and everything, right? Like,
Yeah, he's been on a couple of my. He's been on the rant a few times. I've kind of don't shelter him too much. Like, I've taken him to. He grew up in comedy clubs because I'd be on the road when he was younger, and he'd be in the green room, and sometimes my wife would sneak him into the back of the comedy club, and he'd watch the whole show.
yeah,
And he'd see 45 minutes of me being on stage, dropping F-bombs and dick jokes, and like he's kind of desensitized to it. I never really made words taboo. I always was sort of like, hey, you understand these are dirty words. You say these in school, you're going to get in trouble. I don't care if you say them here because I just don't. They're just words to me. But other people can get upset at these, so you have to watch it. And once you take that power away from the words, once you take the taboo away from the words, they don't care anymore.
right.
And so he never cusses.
That's
ever.
a good point. That's what Garrett always tries to say stuff like that.
yeah, I was like, I'm very much that thing. Like, I'm not a parent, and so I can't speak firsthand at all. But I just kind of try and pay attention to what I see, and the more power you give something, the more it just like it becomes that object that you either want to like fuck around with. Like, I think you were saying earlier that you don't drink. I think that if you were like, I'm never gonna drink, then you'd want to drink. Where you're just like, I just don't fucking drink.
Yeah, just
It's very different.
But like, it's like if you give the kid if you give them the responsibility of like, these are bad words, you choose when to use these and know the consequences for using them. Once they have the responsibility of it, they respect it and they take care of it and they don't abuse it. As opposed to like, you don't say that, you say that you'll get in trouble. Next thing you know, he's whispering it to his friends and they're giggling.
Yeah.
You know.
I remember doing that as a kid. I was like,
Yeah. Because you're not supposed to say it. But like,
Yeah.
he knows if he walked in here and said, "What the fuck, Dad?" I would like, shut up, whatever. Like, it wouldn't be a big deal. So that takes the power out of it, the shock out of it. So it's like he doesn't do it.
Yeah. But do you think has he ever like said it in front of other people that like, like to you guys, like, to where that shock factor comes from other people going, like hearing your son talk to you guys that way?
No, he doesn't do it in public. He doesn't do it at schools. He doesn't do it around his grandparents. He doesn't do it anywhere where he would get in trouble because
Good kid.
I told him like, look, I don't care if you say it. I'm not gonna ground you for it, but other people are going to get upset, and so he just knows not to say it around other people.
Yeah,
I think it also happens to do with like examples. Like I would imagine that you don't make it a thing to like cuss around the house like in your everyday vernacular. Like we actually do because that's kind of like how our parents were for a while. Like that's how we were raised. It was very regular, even though we did grow up and they were like, these are bad words. After like 12, everyone's like, fuck this, fuck that, fuckity fuck. And so it's just in our everyday vernacular. I imagine it's not the same for you.
I don't really guard my language around him. Like sometimes if he's being like kind of a jerk, I'm like, dude, you're being a dick right now. You're being a real big dick.
Yeah.
And he's like, sorry, Dad. Like he's not like, it's just There's no.
What, you mean
taboo
treat
to
them
it,
like
so.
people and like they react differently?
Yeah, you talk to them like an actual human being. They sort of like have respect for you as another human being, and then you have a conversation as opposed to treating them like an inferior thing that you put all these rules on.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Weird how people respond to certain things.
All right, my mom is still the same way. I try not to curse in front of my mom because she hates it. Whenever I do, she's like, "Oh, language." I'm like, "Mom, I'm 30. Like, stop." Like, come on now, it's okay. It's okay. You said worse.
Yeah.
I do it for a living.
Yeah. Like you yelled worse at me growing up.
No
So,
shit. Yeah, that's right. Right. I know. I know. I watch my I don't know. I'm so glad my friend has to sit with his fucking kids though, because they talk so much, and I just want to talk. I want to talk to him and see how annoyed he is because he's got these two kids that he just ignores all day and invites me over, and I'll hang out, and they're like, "Dad, Dad, 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 Dad," and I'm like, "Will you fucking answer your kid, dude? I'm about to kill him myself." Like, Jesus Christ, dude. And I know. I know that he's stuck with the two of them all day, and I just want to see how much he's wants to strangle them right now. I haven't talked to him in a bit, but yeah, he's and he's got his daughter I think is 3. I think she's 3.
That's rough.
And she's she's a sweetheart, but it's like they let her stay up so late and we'll be hanging out. I'm like, can you put the fucking kid to bed so we can chill, dude? Like,
be adults, please.
I'm like, it's 10 o'clock, but come on, like. He's like, oh, and then let's just hang out, and then he'll like bring her out to the garage to hang out. I'm just like, no,
I don't want to hang out with a kid.
I don't want to hang out with a kid. It always becomes like a fight between him and his wife on who's gonna, when they have company, who's gonna actually hang out with the kids.
Who has to be the adult and the parent?
Yeah, exactly. It's an interesting dynamic. We're only in our 30s right now, so it's like, or early 30s. Garrett and I just turned 30, so
I was like, oh shit, we actually are in our 30s. Fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't have a kid till I was like 35. So wait.
Yeah.
I actually want a kid. I probably won't until probably around 35 anyway. I don't.
35 is good. Anything earlier than that,
no.
Right.
There you go.
I think. I was gonna say. I think it's very different than like our parents' generation. Like literally, we're expected to live. I mean, health wise,
we're also Hispanic, so that.
Yeah, no, seriously.
True. If you're not pregnant by 18, it's like, what are you guys doing? Yeah. The clock is ticking. You only got a year left.
Every Latina girlfriend I ever had, it was like my first Latina girlfriend in my 20s. She's like, I want a kid by 22. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, why?
22. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So my sister did. So my mom did. My mom.
Yeah, she wasn't like, I want to have a kid at 20. She just had one, which is
our parents had kids
well,
young. I think all of our parents had kids.
Well, yeah.
Because you go to college, you get a job, you get married, and you buy a house, and then you live your life and you retire, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you just get pregnant at 16, like my mom.
Yeah, or that.
Growing up and going to a continuation high school. Now my mom's dope, but
I mean, I think my mom probably is like watching right now, but she like had my brother very young, and so right now is kind of her like she's living her life as if she's more of a teenager. Like I remember since like my sister and I got older, like she's been going in social like groups and like having fun, basically the stuff that she would do, except for getting like super crazy because obviously she's married.
But is she doing it with people her age? Because there's nothing worse than like going to a bar and seeing like a 50-year-old woman like trying to party with 20-year-olds and just like, bitch, go sit somewhere. Like, stop. I get it. But like,
I think her case is kind of interesting because she does these like social clubs. So like, I mean, she picks a thing and she's a fan of it. Of course, she's diehard fan about like Harry Potter and like Adam Lambert and like certain things. But in those groups, you have people that are fans from the age of like 16 to like 80-ish. Okay, like there's everyone in that group. So she's not saying, "Hey, 16-year-old, let's go hang out," but they're there in like a group of 50.
Okay, that's obviously not what I was talking about, Garrett, but I get it.
No, she's not going to the fucking bar with like 21-year-olds.
Well, the weird thing was after my mom and my stepdad divorced, my mom was always trying to hang out with me. And I was like,
yeah, that's when we first started hanging out. Your mom was around all the time. Just
yeah, she's like, what bar are you at? I want to come. Like,
no.
And then couldn't remember my name like the first 15 times I met her.
Yeah.
Every time I met her, she was just trash.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like, hey, I'm Angie. I'm like, I know we've met like 8 times before. Like, really? Like,
I'm like, Mom, I have one black friend. Like, what? Like, how do you keep forgetting his name?
He should be the easiest one to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, that one giant black dude that always comes around? Just the one? You don't remember that
You
one?
don't remember that one?
Okay.
Yeah. That's my mom.
Yeah, no, I love it too. Like even recently, like she would introduce herself because I brought someone new around, and she's like, "Hey, what's up? I'm Ryan's friend. I mean, mom." Like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Did
Don't
she,
worry.
did she ever like was your mom ever like, who's that?
Oh no.
Oh,
maybe
no.
maybe with somebody a little bit older like you, but
Who's that guy?
yeah. No.
Oh, wow, she did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was awkward,
shit.
and I was like, I'm gonna go over here. Like,
Oh no.
Ryan, where you at?
Oh no.
I'm out. Yeah.
we,
at T-Boy.
we got two dark.
Yeah.
We've gone through the dark threshold. So Eddie,
Let's get back on track again.
let's
Make
get
a
back-
hard right. Let's talk about sports. I mean, Swing and Misses got furloughed. So
Yeah.
what are you
So
doing
yeah.
with your whole absence of sports. Like, how you getting by on that?
We were just for like 3 weeks since the basketball thing is what shut everything down when what's his face on the Nuggets got it, and then so we went for 2 weeks just basically. Well, the NFL free agency kicked in, so we could talk NFL for like a week and a half, and then with the draft coming up, we could still be doing some sports because there's still some baseball and football stuff going on, but they felt it was just time to Intercom, which is the company radio.com is under. They like do K-Rock and all those other radio stations. They kind of just shuttered a lot of stuff and furloughed a lot of people.
Yeah. Did you do you know what the what happened with like Kevin and all them, or I mean, did you guys talk about that at all, like between you and Ralph?
Little bit. I was there the day I went over to Ralph's the day it happened, and he was going back and forth with Kevin and Dave King of Mexico and Beer Mug. Like he was talking to all those guys to see what was really going on. And there's there was their story, and then there was a story. There's Intercom side of the story, which I don't know if I can really get into either one of them because I don't want to get in trouble. But there's conflicting stories about what went down and how it happened.
Okay.
So I don't know. Kevin was supposed to go on the Ralph Report at some point. He said when he feels like he can talk about it, he told Ralph he'd go on there and talk about it. So I don't know.
Cool. Well, I don't know why. I don't know why I thought I could get anything out of you.
I don't know what I'm allowed to say. I don't.
Yeah, I know. I just it's all hearsay right now. So it's
it was just no matter whose side is the true story. It's a tough look to do that during this time.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. I think Garrett's in the dark right now. You don't know what's going on, right? We're talking about how how K-Rock basically fired the morning show and gave it to the afternoon show.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I heard some for me it's pretty interesting. Like I have very little knowledge about this because I watched or I listened to Kevin and Bean when I was in like high school and shit like that. Then basically I stopped listening to the radio entirely once streaming music came on and like all this other stuff. Like I have not listened to the radio in so long. I'm like I hear things from my past essentially, and so I'm like, oh, that's interesting, that's crazy, and then like that's just not my world.
Well, apparently there was changes were going to be made, and a lot of people there were aware of it because the ratings had gone way down.
Yeah,
in the last few months.
Let's be real. After they fired Ralph,
after they fired Ralph, they really went down, and they were kind of treading water after they got rid of Ralph, and then the last couple of years they've been going slower and slower, and then once Bean left, it kind of really went down, and so they were aware that changes were coming, but I don't know how exactly it went down, if that's the way everybody was agreed upon how it was going to go down.
Sure.
Yeah. So this is something that I find super interesting, like from a business aspect, because I'm much more like interested in that versus like any of this other stuff. Is that like, why do companies think that the first thing, or not the first thing necessarily, but the way to go is to fire personalities that I believe have more pull than a lot of other stuff. Instead of adapting their company. Like for instance, I just told you my relationship with radio. So that's kind of what I think is like a major issue is like, yes, radio has been going down because of look at how much other content like platforms we have now that are much more easy, much more things that I think work for people's lives, except for the people that follow the personalities, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I mean, one thing that I saw too was like I watched a company called Collider. They did YouTube videos, and so that was kind of more like my radio stuff. I followed a lot of their personalities. Then in the beginning of the year, they fired a bunch of people, and it just went shroom. Like, why is that the thing that I think these companies do is like we're
It's the
reasons people like show up. I think, in my opinion,
it's the easiest salary dump to do is to get rid of the talent because they draw the biggest salaries. And I know a lot of the reasons this was done at K-Rock this early was to sort of get stuff off the books in the first quarter of the year, as opposed to the fourth quarter of the year. So a lot of it is that it's usually, sometimes it's not with really a lot of forethought and what we're going to go forward and what people are listening to and the personalities are going to be attracted to. It's all numbers and like, what does this look like on the books right now as opposed to what's this look like on the books in November?
Yeah,
I mean, it basically comes down to numbers.
Yeah, because I was thinking, I mean, there you brought up them being personalities, but I mean, I've worked in sales a lot, and so it doesn't matter who's there, what it is. It's about what have you done for me lately. And if the numbers are down, I don't care what you've done for me before. Numbers are down now, and so we got to make a change now.
It's all numbers.
Yeah, what it is.
True. I really want to like go into like analytics of certain things, like and figure out like these companies, like, are they doing better? Like in a few months. Well, obviously right now everyone's doing shit.
Right.
Streaming services, right? But like I'm so curious about that because I remember just for my own thing, like Collider, which seems to have a very parallel to the K-Rock situation, is like the internet was just an uproar. And then I occasionally would look at their video views and they were massively down because I think they lost a lot of their fan base. But I wonder if they do go up or whatnot. I mean, companies do have to adapt, but I'm curious if they think that, you know, in order to do that, they have to dump this stuff and then start anew or what?
I just feel like I think it just comes down to the salaries and the numbers, and they just like they feel like they can just start over and find new talent for cheaper and build them up.
They the brand name, and so will so come for Collider, and no matter who they put on.
I stopped listening to K-Rock. I mean, once they fired Ralph, and then
me too.
That's when I found out you got the job as the co-host, and then that's when I tuned into. You know, I got the
and his subscription numbers on Patreon after the Kevin show ended. They
picked up.
He got quite a few new subscribers, people coming over from the morning show. So
yeah, I think it's a lot of people that remember him and they're like, oh, I'll go there.
Yeah. And he basically does the same type of stuff he was doing on his old show. So
which is pretty much what we do. We do a basic rip off of your guys' show. So
I don't know. How long has that show been going?
only we have no movie news to talk about. So
there's nothing. Yeah.
I saw two trailers of both of which I was like, this doesn't really look that interesting. And both are also for Netflix, by the way.
Yeah. So. What's that new Chris Hemsworth movie on Netflix? Whatever, I don't know what the hell that is.
I just watched the trailer. It looks
what that's about.
Okay. It looks like a very basic action movie. Had no comedy in it, which is like right now in my for me personally, I'm very big on escapism when times are like tough. Like I don't want to be seeing real life hardships right now. I'm in a real life hardship. I don't want it. Right. Show me some funny shit with like dragons or lightsabers or whatever.
I showed my kid Three Amigos last night. So
shit, how did he like it?
Loved it.
No.
Loved it.
Really?
He was singing My Little Buttercup for hours.
Dude, I have a big reverence for a lot of these comedies that I would watch when I was growing up because Ryan and I were both born in 1990, and so we would come home and I watched Comedy Central, and I think we were talking about this off air with Steve. Like movies like Three Amigos, Dogma, like a bunch of the things you can think of that you would come home and watch them entirely, even though they were censored. I remember them in my head as just being so fucking awesome.
Yeah. And Three Amigos, I haven't seen that movie it's been probably 10, 15 years since I saw that movie.
It's the same for me. I probably haven't seen it.
And a lot of it still held up. I was still laughing at a lot of the jokes.
Dude, okay. I don't know what your relationship is with the Turtles, but I watched the Ninja Turtles, the first movie, last week. It was and I'm like, this is still a great fucking movie. Like,
See, I just missed the Ninja Turtle phase. I'm just old enough where it didn't. I was in high school when they really hit.
okay, yeah.
So I just missed. Like I was like He-Man and GI Joe and Transformers, and then like Turtles was like right after that, right as I got into high school.
Right.
And I discovered girls. So I took a little nerd break for a few years.
But that's also why you have a wife and kids and we don't.
Yeah. The first time
I'm full nerd again. So
yeah.
The first time he had sex, he's like, I have the power.
Look, this is very rare for me because most of my friends don't like sports, and I have Eddie Pence here.
Yeah.
Swings and
Yeah,
misses.
go ahead.
So I want to ask you, I mean, NFL free agency and everything going on. How honestly do you think Tom Brady is going to do with the Buccaneers?
I think he's got more.
I'm like a Buccaneers fan, which is rare.
Do you like the new uniforms? They debuted a new.
They went back. Yeah, the last uniforms they had were trash. I hated
the digital alarm clock numbers.
Yeah. So I'm glad they went back to, the pewters. So I'm happy about that. But I don't know how to feel about a 42-year-old Tom Brady, being
he's got more weapons now than he's had in a long time.
Oh, that's the problem with the Buccaneers is they've had Mike Evans and Godwin now, who are amazing receivers who don't get the credit because Jameis Winston throws 30 interceptions.
Yeah. And that's the thing is the Buccaneers won 7 games last year with a guy who threw 30 interceptions.
Yeah, and they've had a solid, decent defense. I mean, they re-signed Sue, and then
they had the number 1 rushing defense in the league. They had the best rushing defense.
They had Levante David, like all these guys, and so is Tom Brady really going to be the guy that helps turn around and maybe get back to the playoffs?
I mean, the only thing is the NFC South is going to be so just with the net loaded, and you don't know with Bridgewater and Carolina how competitive Carolina might be. I don't think they're going to be. I still think they're the 4th best team in that division. But
because they got a new coach, new quarterback. I'm not really expecting much.
I don't think they probably they're a few years away, but I think it's going to be I think it's going to become really far down to between New Orleans and Tampa. And if Brady can do what he did last year with just the weapons that he has now, they could. I mean, and the Buccaneers won 7 games with Jameis Winston. They could win
30
11. They could win 11, 12, 13 games with Brady if he stays healthy and just moves the ball around. And now with the expanded playoff format, there's going to be an extra playoff team per conference. You're going to get probably 3 playoff teams out of that division.
Hopefully.
I would think.
Hopefully he'd turn around. I mean, with him being as old as he is, hopefully maybe 1 to 2 years.
I think you can get another 2 years out of him. I don't see why you can't.
And then hopefully pick up somebody in the draft that he can.
I mean, Bruce Arians took Carson Palmer.
Yeah, with the Cardinals. Like
with the Cardinals.
They tuned out. I never get to have these conversations with anybody.
No, I think the Bucs are going to play. I don't see how they're not a playoff team this year.
Go ahead. We have him here. We can.
I know.
Yeah.
Because there's been times where I'm like, "Hey, do you like football?" I'm like, "I fucking love football." He's like, "Why don't you ever talk about it?" I'm like, "You guys don't give a shit about it."
This is something that I honestly kind of am a little bit jealous of a lot of people. Like personally, myself and Ryan, for the most part, like more me. I don't know anything about sports at all. It's not my bag whatsoever. I didn't grow up with a father or a male figure that was all into sports, so it's not something that I really followed.
I grew up as a diehard football. I'm a diehard football fan. I follow basketball and baseball mostly for professional reasons. Yeah. I like hockey, but football is like I love football. I can talk football for days.
See, that's the thing is like, I'm a big Dodgers fan. I grew up with the Dodgers, but with football and anything else is really like I never had anybody that was that much into it, so it was like me and my dad would go to baseball games, but that's about it.
I mean, you were a kid in the 90s. The Raiders and the Rams skipped town when you were a kid.
So I never had until now the Rams.
I didn't like my dad he watched football, but he wasn't into football. So like even growing up, like I played and all that, played in college, but like all my friends have been like nerds, which is great. But it's like whenever like sports things happens, I want to talk. They're just like
See, I can talk the best of both worlds. I can talk sports and nerd shit. So.
Yeah,
I can talk sports from the year 2012, and that's it. Because that was the year that I was incarcerated, and that's all I watched.
So, what were you incarcerated for?
I was incarcerated for that story. I'm gonna nutshell. We've told this story so many times. I'm just gonna nutshell it for the guests. Ryan and I both got drunk. I ended up driving. I crashed. He got hurt. Ooh. DA picked it up. I got a felony. I went to jail for 8 months. That's it.
Wow. Okay.
And I had a broken.
Yeah, and Ryan had a broken neck. But that was the year that I remember we started watching basketball. Fucking there was the Thunder, and then there was a big elbow. Remember that was the thing. I actually picked the winning team for the Super Bowl because I had no idea what I liked, and like pick a team.
Was that the Ravens that year, right? 2012.
I picked the Ravens because I like the color purple. To be honest, one of the only reason I picked. And I believe there was an Olympics going on because I remember watching a lot of Olympic volleyball, and I was really awesome. And there was also a Olympic volleyball player with the last name Hooker, and that was amazing.
Oh yeah.
So that's the year that I dove into sports, and that was the only time that I really paid attention.
2012, the year of incarceration.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. It's like I really enjoy sports when I'm watching it with people that are enjoying it. I don't choose to watch it, but when I'm with people that are watching it, I will get into it and I'll ask questions. I really want to know about it. I really enjoy that, but I'm never the dude to say, let's go watch sports. But I will go to the games with you and get hyped. I love that experience. I've been to more baseball games, I think, than anything, than even concerts, because so many people want to go to fucking baseball games. Yeah, and so like it's just a fun experience to be like with people. But if I'm by myself, I don't care.
Yeah, if you lock me in a room with like 2 TVs on a Sunday, like I'm happy.
Oh yeah, just football.
Yeah, switch between Fox and CBS because I'm too broke for a Sunday ticket, and then just be happy.
The best is Red Zone Network, where you just put on DirecTV Red Zone Network, and you only have to see a commercial for 8 hours.
Oh, dude.
Well, I'm usually hungover Sunday morning. I've tried watching football with you, but I'm usually so hungover I just pass out. Like I can't make it. I'm like, once we have the wings and some pizza, I'm just like, it's over.
But that's how I was growing up. I was always used to not just watching it by myself. And then in college and the fraternity, we would all watch together Saturdays and Sundays. And then like after that, it was just like, well, none of my people like sports anymore, so it's just going back to me by myself.
I told you I tried last season.
You tried for like the Super Bowl.
After the Super Bowl. Whatever. I was in fucking I was in San Francisco. Oh no, actually I was in Santa Rosa that one time they were having that Super Bowl up there too.
Oh yeah, that's right. This past year.
Yeah. Well, a couple years. It was
the last one. It was
I don't know. Fuck. Yeah. It was.
You wanted me to go
2 months ago.
No, yeah, because you wanted me to go with you, and I'm like, no, it's Super Bowl.
Oh, the year before. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Anyway, Eddie, since we have you here for another 10 minutes, I just wanted to talk to you about the whole. I know it's been a while, but it's just kind of that is strangely how we're connected. Is actually we've been finalists on that April Foolishness thing.
Oh yeah, the April Foolishness.
Yeah, and it's strangely how I was like, oh, I don't even know who this guy is, and then I found out like we had a bunch of mutual friends too. So that's kind of how I ended up.
You're a comic too, then.
Oh yeah. I've been.
Are you talking to me?
Jesus Christ, Garrett.
Yeah, no, right. Like I was wondering what you were doing. Like you were talking about clubs, but I've never seen you do anything funny. So no, I'm kidding.
What a dick. All right.
Such a good actor.
Yeah. He's not acting. He really. No. So I just wanted to know what that experience was. I saw that picture with you and Tenacious D that night. So like.
Yeah, I did that too. That was 5 years. I did that 2015. I won the. It was the first year they did the opening act contest. Yeah. And I had won that, and I got to open the show, and it was a great lineup at the time. It was I think Gabriel Iglesias was on the show, Brad Williams, Ralphie May, Jay Moore.
Jay Moore's.
And Tenacious D headlined the show.
Yeah.
And those guys, I got to go hang out in the back with those guys, and they were super cool, and it was a great experience. I mean, it was still the largest live crowd I've ever been in front of. I think it was 6,000 or 7,000 people.
Yeah, where was it at? Was that the Shrine?
Shrine Auditorium.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because then the year after that, I got beat out by my friend Julian Fernandez too. So
yeah.
It was. I'm like, I kept making the final top 10, and then like every year was somebody I knew would fucking take it.
I know. The voting for the top 10 was legitimate.
Yeah,
but I don't know when it got down to like the final 2 or 3. I don't know how much they reserved the right to pick the comic they wanted to pick or one they were familiar with. I don't know. I think it kind of came down to that a little bit sometimes.
Wait, so you're saying it was rigged? How you got linked with Ralph?
With Ralph, I knew Ralph. I'd known Ralph at that point for a few years because I'd met him when he was doing Hollywood Babylon.
Yeah.
at the John Lovitz Comedy Club, and I was just doing stand up. And then I
Right.
went on Kevin and Bean to promote a weekend I was headlining there, and Ralph got me on the show there. So I was friendly with Ralph. And I usually would hang out at Hollywood Babylon shows at the Improv or wherever they were doing it, just to, because I would always be at the Improv anyway, and he would be doing those shows, and we would just shoot the shit. So we became friends, and then I submitted for the Able Foolishness thing, and I assume I won it. I don't know. I promoted it. No one told me otherwise, so I assumed that I won it. There was some really funny comics that in the top 10 that year.
Let me tell you, I had every single one of my Latina aunties like up on their computers and telling all their coworkers to vote for me, and I'm like, it was a miracle I didn't make it those first 2 times. I swear.
I assume I legitimately got top 2 or 3. I don't know when it came down to pick the final guy if my personal relationship had anything to do with it. I wasn't told anything about that.
Right.
I know Kevin and Bean didn't really. They sort of had final say. Kevin and Bean did, and they didn't really know me from a hole in the wall. So I don't know if that. So I kind of think I won it. Honestly, I think the first few years it was one. Honestly, it was the top vote got it. I think in the later years of it, I think they started sort of picking and choosing.
Sift through. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Cool. All right. Well, I think we'll let you get to dinner on that one, unless Garrett.
Sorry, I gotta bug out. I gotta go make the kid dinner.
No, it's all good. Oh, we appreciate you coming on. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything else to ask him before he dips out, or?
How long's the furlough for Swings and Misses?
They told us we'll be back June 1st.
Okay.
And we're pretty excited that they furloughed us because they fired a lot of people.
Yeah.
And they didn't furlough them. They just let them go. They cut them loose. And they said they really wanted to keep our show, and we'd be back June 1st. So
awesome.
I hope they have plans for us. We seem to have some fans that are pretty high up in the company, so I think that helps.
Oh, okay.
Very
Awesome.
cool.
So
Well,
we'll see.
wish the best. I mean, I'm sitting here hoping. I'm just like I'm hoping I can do stand up again someday.
I miss it so much. I miss
Dude,
being
me
on
too.
stage.
I'm sitting here. I'm playing with microphones just to to pretend like I'm fucking like I'm. Dude, I was
setting
walking
up your Star Wars toys.
So
where you from, Tatooine? Like, oh, what's that like?
I'm so bored. I'm just like, God damn, dude. Like
fucking Greedo. Give me something, man.
Yeah.
and it's like I should be sitting here writing, but it's like everyone's experiencing the same fucking thing. So it's not like I can write anything new.
Your experience
right
now is not original.
No, not at all.
I've been doing stand up 21 years, and this is the longest I've gone without being on stage.
Yeah, well, me too. But
I'm
only doing about
podcasting's fun, but it's not the same as being in front of a live audience.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's been. I mean, this is this is like the light of my life right now. But all right, man. Well, we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Anytime, I got plenty of time. So if you have any other guests, just hit me up.
Maybe if we ever get sports back, we'll have you back on. All right, dude. So when
thanks,
you're ready,
guys.
all right, dude.
All right.
See ya.
Later. All right, cool.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That like 2 minutes like
No,
football talk.
Hold on. Well,
really
Steve's not
nice.
in that one.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I said those brief 2 minutes of football talk. You don't know how good that felt right now. It's usually just me on Twitter arguing with people, or like in some fucking like the comment section of like ESPN. Like I get to talk to another live human being about football.
About foosball. Yeah, you really geeked out on it right now. You're excited.
You have no idea. Neither of you have no idea like how into football I am, and yeah, so it was nice.
That went good. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Garrett, you okay?
Yeah, no, really good. Sorry, I haven't eaten all day. So I have like a headache right now. Sorry, I'm trying. I've been trying to like just like keep it together and all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Well, so what's up with you? How you feeling? How's everything working out? I'm bummed out for you for this whole birthday thing too. I thought maybe we'd be done with it by the time yours rolled around.
I braced myself for that shit, but I didn't know like what to expect. And like people were like, "What do you want to do for your birthday?" I'm like, I'm keeping my expectations as low as possible.
Like I honestly don't think we're gonna be the social distancing is really gonna be over until maybe like July, maybe at most. You know, best case scenario.
It's hard because like literally I've been thinking about it and then paying attention to stuff without just gluing myself to the news. It's like it. I'm trying to see patterns of vaccines and situations. Right now, we're doing the
trials.
No, but I was saying what is it called? Flattening the curve thing, where
Yeah.
it's like we just need people to stop being dumb and going out and being in large crowds because that's what's creating the numerous more cases.
Yeah,
That-
wasn't it George Carlin that had that quote? He's like, think of the dumbest person you know, and fuck, who is it? What is it? I forgot. I fucked up.
Doesn't he say multiply it or something? And
No, think of the dumbest person you know. There's people out there dumber.
Yeah.
And that's like the majority of people. However the fuck that quote
yeah,
goes.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Because like, look, when I go out, like, and I've gone to the stores, it's rubber gloves, face masks. Like I'm out there trying to be safe, wash my hands, all that. But then I'll walk into a store and I just see people with nothing on, no mask, no nothing, so doing their thing. Like, bitch, back up, like 6 feet, and just people still
Yeah, I
close.
know.
And so it's not going to end anytime soon.
No, the longer that people do this in large crowds, the longer it's going to take for us to who are trying to be responsible to be like this. And it sucks because I think Ryan was saying is like everything that we do is all the shit that is cut off right now.
Yeah.
Being in front of crowds, being in large groups, entertaining people, like serving people, like whatever. All of the things that we do are the things that we can't do right now.
Yeah.
And then everyone has a podcast. So even the stuff that we've been doing is hard because there's so much other content right now. I have friends right now. I have at least 5 other friends right now that have a show going on right now, which is shitty for me. For us.
But ours is better.
Huh? Yes.
Their show isn't as diverse as ours.
They didn't have Eddie Pence.
Yeah.
This is very true. I'm just saying it sucks because it's like the thing that's actually going on with like streaming services where everyone's trying to be doing the streaming service. There's so much content coming out right now. Similar to live streams, like everyone's doing a live stream right now. We've been doing it for a while, and like it's just difficult because you have to do something crazy and new and different, and it's harder for us who especially have been cut off, especially from funds financially.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because we all got fucking laid off,
dude. And I can't even get unemployment right now because I burnt through all my unemployment.
Yeah.
When
So
Trump
fucked
checks
up.
coming?
I
I thought they said April.
We'll see.
It's the 7th. You orange bitch. Like, I got rent to pay, and groceries to buy.
You orange.
And that's something that a lot of people are up in arms about right now because I think it's like you can't evict someone, but there's still so many people like getting up, like trying to get that rent somehow.
Well, most of those courts are closed, number one, so they can't really evict someone. But at the same time, it's just exposing our system and how it's basically living paycheck to paycheck like the majority of Americans. If you own a building or a property and things like that, and you can't go a month without payment without crashing. Do you really own it? The airlines, like y'all go a couple of weeks with some, like they haven't canceled flights in America, but it's not as many people are flying, and you guys are running around asking for bailouts. Like, is our system really as sturdy and strong as we think it is? No, it's based on us buying shit. And so when we can't buy shit and they all fail, like, oh, maybe we should try something different.
Well, did you see
They
keep talking about how like the military is as strong as it possibly can be right now too, because they're like, it's like if there wasn't,
Who are we fighting?
they're making it so that no one thinks that like America's weak right now and tries to make a move.
No,
on
that
us.
captain
Like,
they just fired on the Theodore Roosevelt, Captain Crozier. So I don't know if you guys, I follow the news.
I saw what you're talking about. Go ahead.
Apparently, I didn't know my homegirl Nemo, who I was talking to this weekend on Zoom. Like I saw, we were talking. Her husband was on too, and he was in Guam, and he was in a hotel room. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "No, I was on that boat that he was trying to like blow the whistle on. Like, we have people that are infected with COVID-19, basically extra, but that's why he got fired." He's like, "I was on that boat, and now I'm quarantined in this hotel room for the next 2 weeks,
God.
waiting on a test. He hasn't gotten tested yet."
oh my
Yeah,
god.
but they tested the tiger in New York.
Yeah. What the fuck, dude? I know we were talking. I was.
You guys saw that?
What?
Yeah, no, I saw that story. Yeah,
Yeah,
Tiger
it's.
has it.
I know it was like.
So there's 2 things I got to worry about tigers. I got to worry if it's gonna eat me or cough on me. Like, fuck, man. Like, tigers are scary.
Getting fucking coronavirus because you were taking care of a tiger.
I survived the tiger bite, but now I died because of corona.
I survived Carol Baskin, but it gave me coronavirus.
Fucking yeah.
I know, dude. It was my friend Ryan Shores. He's a comic. He posted something funny. It was like, U.S. government, like, we don't have the means to test everybody at this moment. And there's like, also U.S. government, we tested a tiger.
The tiger was coughing at the zoo. What's up?
I saw the headline. I'm like, what the fuck?
Tiger go, money. You know, no one's gonna come to the zoo if we ain't got tigers.
Fuck, dude. Why you wasting tests on tigers?
It's because that guy
right now?
Tiger King came out. So
Yeah,
everyone's obsessed
true.
with tigers. Yo, I heard the Tiger King had it. Where did we get this tiger from? If the Tiger King got it in jail, maybe the other tigers we bought from him have them. I don't know. It's just
That's another thing to think about too. Is all the people in jail. Like
I've been thinking about that, and for obvious reasons, I know how it is in there. So I'm like, how the fuck are they preventing this? And what I'm seeing is that they're letting a lot of people go,
jail.
and
They doing shit. They're letting them just go about their day doing their burpees, get it, infected.
No,
They
that's
don't
what I'm
give
saying.
two shits about anybody in jail right now. It's fucked up.
I mean, that's some real shit.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about them. That's why the tigers got tested before people in jail did.
Tigers got tested before
People
any of
out
it.
of jail didn't get any
Yeah.
tests.
That's how much they don't give a fuck about us. People in jail, fuck them. Us, fuck you too. Tigers
in jail.
tigers at the zoo, like, yo, maybe.
No.
Let's make sure they're okay because they make us money. We need people to come to the zoo once this shit's over with. If they found out that their tigers are dead,
fuck.
no one's showing up.
Oh man, slow news week, huh?
Well, no, it's like, we're diving into the part where I was like, I don't really want to talk about it. It's really the thing that like everyone's
What else
talking.
are we gonna talk about? Like my life the past couple of weeks feels like I'm in high school again. I play video games, I lift weights, and I jerk off. That's all I've done. That's all I've done. What else can I do but that? There's nothing else. I'm just sitting there, just like God.
Y'all signed up for Pornhub Premium for free?
I just
Yeah. Why do you think?
Yeah. What? Oh well, Ryan has someone, so good for you.
No, Ryan doesn't watch porn.
honestly don't have it.
No, I know, because we never talk about it.
Okay.
Let's move on.
You guys want to see what I got for my birthday?
Yeah, let's see
what'd you
it.
get for your birthday?
Well, I got one present for my brother, so because that's who I'm quarantined with. Is my brother's my roommate. So I'll show you what I got.
All right.
Okay. I didn't know he was gonna leave. I thought he had it right there.
Yeah.
Let's read some of the comments. Tenacious D is
Fuck them
fucking
hoes.
funny.
You don't
Fuck
stay
them
6
hoes.
feet away from me.
That's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
thank you. From the dungeon. Yeah, fuck them bitches.
Your live stream is more awesome now. Thank you so much. We're as weak as a hooker in NYC. Okay.
I think they would be pretty strong. A hooker in NYC.
Hooker in NYC.
All right, so I got this
Oh,
for
boy.
Christmas, as a lot of people know. This is the fucking Power Gauntlet, Iron Man's Infinity Stone Gauntlet thing. And then
Okay.
You had that, though.
You got that. You got that for Christmas.
for my birthday, my brother got me the
Oh my
Oh,
god!
shit.
Oh shit! Now you got both hands.
So I'm gonna use one to
Is it-
snap away all the people with corona. Just kidding. I'm kidding. And then two to bring back all the healthy people. We're going that.
Yo,
fucking
when you
awesome.
you should just wear those when you go grocery shopping.
You should.
Just not regular gloves, just the gauntlets.
Just the gauntlet.
Pushing around a cart, picking up your groceries, paying.
That is so sick. Oh my god, you're double trouble, bro.
Oh.
No, bro. Don't worry. If it comes down to it, I'll save the world.
If not the world, Monterey Park.
Yeah,
It's like this generation's Hulk hands, except way more expensive.
yeah, totally. I mean, those are fully functioning Hulk hands.
Yeah.
Hulk hands were the shit, by the way. Do you
I
remember
know.
the Hulk hands?
I wanted those so bad.
Me
Like,
too.
I remember I think I was in
Me
college
too.
when they first
I
came
remember
out.
I remember my little cousin got them, and I kept playing with them. My aunt's like, "Will you stop fucking playing?" With
No. We didn't have
Dude, I just rewatched Step Brothers last night too.
What happened?
Wait, what?
I just rewatched Step Brothers last night. It's still fucking hilarious.
Oh my god, yeah, that movie's so funny. You know what I'm gonna get into tonight? I was
Westworld?
I should.
Like I
but-
said, I just started watching that.
No, there's this. I got Shudder. So
okay.
there's a
Yeah, are
doc-
they doing free for a year for? I just heard they're doing free for a year for T-Mobile people.
Shudder.
Yeah,
You better cancel, figure it
I
out.
better cancel that shit. and Figure it out right now. Then.
Quibi. That was Quibi. Never mind.
Oh,
But-
Quibi.
I heard
might-
Quibi. I saw this one. I don't really know much about Quibi, but I just saw someone said if gas station TV was an app. That's what they said. Quibi
Yeah,
is.
it's supposed to be like short episodes. Yeah.
If the gas station TV was an app.
No, well, there's this trailer I saw that's on Shudder now, and it's a docu-series about cursed movies.
Oh shit! No, I did.
Yeah.
I saw that commercial or trailer, whatever, on Instagram.
Yeah. So so I'm gonna try and get into that tonight. But yeah, it's basically like with The Exorcist. There's like a lot of lore behind that, like about how the set burnt down. A lot of the people got hurt. Somebody like one of the crew guys like got a thumb like severed or something, and the actress that played the mom, I know she had like spinal injuries and. So there's a whole thing on The Exorcist and Poltergeist is another one. So like there's a whole
Dude, that would be dope.
Yeah. So I wanted to check that out because I remember I told you I got into this podcast that told the story about The Exorcist, how like basically like starting from the original story to the inspiration for the book and then the movie, and it was like a 6-part series, and it ended up kind of getting into.
It's crazy how things like this happen. I mean, yeah, there's ghost stories and things like that, but like cursed sets, like Macbeth, doing those things, like it's crazy. Like, why?
That's actually one thing I wanted to kind of get into was what have you watched in quarantine? What do you want to watch? What, like, some recommendations? Because like people are definitely watching a lot more shit right now.
What'd you say? Quarantine porn?
I said porn on platinum. No, but I started watching Westworld on HBO. That's been great. I'm kind of upset at myself that I didn't start watching it sooner.
Yeah, I've heard great things about it before, and it's just one of those things where like it's I've been kind of just watching things that like I can just kind of maybe tune in, tune out whenever I want. You know what I mean? Like if I'm doing something else and then the TV's just on, like I'll watch. It's mostly like just like The Simpsons or like old Workaholics episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Just I can't. It's hard for me to like focus on something right now. I don't know why. It's just like
because it's exhausting. It's such a weird thing, like not having anything to do, like generally not you're just sitting at home bored on the weekend. Like I don't have work. I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything. Like how exhausting that is. Where I just find myself sometimes just sitting in the room doing nothing.
Yeah,
I think what it is, and because we're all very similar in this part, is none of us are really good with not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, I was literally talking about
not doing anything when there's things to do.
There's
like some weekends I'm like, I can go do this or go do that. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna stay home.
But that's because you worked all week,
Yeah, true.
Yeah, like you feel like you're fine. You deserve to be able to take a break. I'm talking about like we're not good with being in a situation where like this is gonna go bad if I don't do anything. Like you feel like you need to do something.
I feel like you should be used to it. You spent 8 months in jail. This should be cakewalk to you.
Okay, so this is the funny thing. I had this conversation with my family. I told them that this is actually a little bit harder, in my opinion, for me than jail. And the reason being is in jail, you have to. You know that you have to do a certain thing. You have to follow this guideline, or not this guideline. You have to follow this strict schedule. You have to do that. You know, when you wake up, you're not going to go out to the Pizza Hut, or, you're not going to go out to fucking fuck a bitch or whatever the fuck you're going to do. So you're just going to wake up and do the same thing every single day.
So what you're saying is I need to get a cholo to live with me to make me do exercises in the morning.
You wake up.
Do my responsibilities.
You can't sleep past 10. You have to work at every weekday except for, and you don't, you have to follow a strict schedule. No, I'm saying right now it sucks because there's so much, you want to try and find a way to make your situation better.
Hey, can you draw me a picture of some titties, fool?
Yeah, I could. It was also easier because you could just sell pictures of titties or whatever services. Because I went to school and I was literate, I literally helped people write letters.
It's
Here it's different because it's like we're trying to figure out how we can make our situation better.
While
still trying to follow these stupid or these things that are in place to make us better, like not or to not get sick by not going out and having crowds and all that shit.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating because it's like we want to be able, or we want. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I heard that too. I
don't know. Like weird shit happening since we were recording. The door just opened up on its own. We just left it open. Now it sounds like someone was hitting the garage door.
Yeah. But it's actually like we feel internally like we shouldn't be doing something. Like for me, I would love to just be able to just go ahead and like chill, watch a bunch of shit. Like I was talking to my sister and she's like, I'm in a nest of 7 pillows watching some fucking Netflix. This is cool. I'm like, I can't do that.
No.
Yeah, because I'm so, you know what though, and also, well, I think I'm just so anxious about everything right now too. So it's like Dude, last night I did not sleep. I was like I
was up to 4:30 in the
well
morning.
no, and I go to bed early ish now, but like I don't sleep. I keep waking up like I'm fucking like it's like I probably had like 7 nightmares last night. Like it's just I'm so stressed out. Like I think I'm just suppressing it, and then when I go to sleep, like I'm just dreaming about everything that I'm afraid of. You know.
Hold on. What do you mean? Don't beat any bitches like the Flash?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Huh?
What?
You mean like Chris Brown?
Don't beat any bitches like the Flash. Okay.
The Flash.
Who's wait? Which Flash and whose bitches? Who did he beat up?
Oh, you know what? I totally forgot about this. This is
Shit.
Barry Allen's beating bitches now?
Yeah. So okay, there was a video that surfaced where Ezra Miller was, I believe, in like Norway or Iceland or somewhere, and it's a tiny clip where what looks like a female fan or someone like approaches him, like kind of swinging. It looked like she was kind of playing around, and he's like, "You want to fight?" And he like chokes her and then throws her on the ground. But then the video cuts there, and like, I haven't seen a full video that explains anything. Nor has he said anything.
Look, I think people treat celebrities poorly anyway. Like, just because they're famous and they're in public doesn't give you any kind of right to their space or their time at all.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, especially with shit going on now. Like, if I was a celeb and some bitch tried to run up and give me a hug, like,
get out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit
No
up with
way.
a stiff arm too. Like,
Yeah.
bitch, back up. Like, I don't know you. Like, don't touch me. Like, so he was protecting himself. I'm not gonna get mad at him for it.
No, I don't think so. I got to see the video though. But
I gotta see the video.
There was people, and then they're out there in the crowd, and then someone
He
was
was
just like,
where? He was in Norway.
wait, I didn't hear.
Wait, Garrett, you said he was in Norway?
yeah,
Those are
I
big,
think it was nowhere, Iceland or something.
those are big girls.
It's a big bitches too.
Some 6-foot blonde came at me with her arm swinging. Like, I'd be a little worried too. Like, back up.
Someone in the crowd just yelled,
Oh, dick twist!
Twist his dick.
Grab his dick and twist it!
Yeah,
that's I think what was happening for the woman with Ezra Miller.
Oh my god, I just love that D Rotten was just like he's like, well, what did he say? Don't beat any bitches like the Flash. Or like what? And he's like, Ezra Miller beat a bitch.
Well, I want to see more of the video.
Huh?
I want to see because there was it's literally I think it's like 5-second clip.
Yeah, that's what he said. Is so fast. He said he choke slammed her.
Yeah, you too close.
Yeah,
Back up.
back
Like,
up.
Yeah, I feel bad for like famous people with like people act like that around them. Like, yo, I don't know
Yeah.
how all of them flip out.
Like when anyone does anything, they're like, "Oh, they were being mean to me." I remember there was a video of like, I think it was Jennifer Lawrence with her dog, and like someone touched her dog. She's like, "Don't fucking touch my dog."
Yeah.
And then the internet was like, "She's a bitch."
Yeah.
No, I don't like Jennifer Lawrence, but I'm don't just because think of if she wasn't Jennifer Lawrence, just some random person on the street.
You can't
running
just
up-
walk up and like.
You can't just walk up and hug them. You can't just walk up and put your phone in their face and think they're just going to be okay. Well, that's what they do when they signed up for it. Like, no, it's not, asshole. They just wanted to act.
I
and
think
do
to an
art.
extent. That's what I always say. I always say
If
I
you're at
think-
a public event, you doing things
well,
like that.
if you're out in public, I mean,
maybe
you
do a
are
meet
a
and greet.
public. You are a public figure, so like you have to know people
They
are going to
don't give
recognize
you the right. Like, if I'm at
It
the
doesn't give
grocery
you.
store,
You're right. It doesn't give you the
Yeah.
right to. It doesn't give you the. It doesn't give anybody the right, but you
Yeah.
have to. But you kind of do. That's my whole thing. Is like you can't be a shitty person all the time. Like
no, not
with-
all
with-
the time, but like something like in a pandemic, and some random person.
No,
running up to
absolutely.
give
I'm
you a
with
hug,
you. I'm
Like,
just-
yo, you get the stiff arm too. Like, back up. I don't know you.
It's
Yeah, it
the.
keeps going.
It's like Mike. That's why I was telling you to bring. Or well, that's why I told Matt to give you a
And
run.
then, like, there's like lines. Like there's literally YouTubers that people have gone and like went into their house
Yeah.
just because they're like, "Oh, I just want to get an autograph." I'm like, you just walk into somebody's house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
People
the fuck
die
outta here.
doing that. Like,
Yeah. I think it might be that the connection. Sorry.
yeah, no, it's all right. But yeah, no, it's you know. treat
Dude,
people-
did you ever hear? I just saw this fucking thing about how David Spade got beat up in his own house.
really? By a
What?
fan?
Like, no, by his assistant.
Oh, really?
Like it was like a friend of his. Yeah, and like he just
No!
What happened?
no. So no, it happened years ago, but I just saw. I saw a thing on. It was like an old clip somebody like reposted on. It was like a Howard Stern clip.
Yeah.
and Howard Stern was talking to him about it, and like, yeah, this dude got into his house while he was sleeping.
Oh, dude.
And woke him. He said he woke up because he felt like someone was in his room, and he woke up and the guy was like, he said, "What the hell? How'd you But I guess the guy knew all security codes and stuff, so that's how he got into the house. And he's like, I think he asked the guy asked him if there's anybody else there or something, and then he was like, no, and then that's when he started beating the shit out of him.
What the
in his bed.
Yo.
And then he said he had a stun gun too. So he stun gunned him while like in his own bed, beat the shit out of him, stun gunned him, and it was like a huge thing. Like he was like running away. Like he like probably could have gotten beaten to death in his own house. But he just said the guy just snapped. He has no idea why.
Yeah. But you don't know who these people are. As a celebrity, you don't know who these people are. You don't know who's trying to do you harm, who's a
But this guy was his friend.
Dude, your friend, like there was a rapper that got killed in his house a couple weeks ago, Pop Smoke, like, and the reason he died.
Well, with that kind of name, how do you not get to?
Well, no, because what he did, I guess he had something.
Pop Smoke.
He went on IG Live and he showed something he bought or whatever, and like real quick, his address was on like the package or whatever. Someone screenshot it, got his address, sent it to some people, and they showed up and like killed him in his own house. Shit! And so it's like when people are like, "Oh, they're being dicks" and things like, no, like it's just because you're a public figure doesn't mean you should just be carte blanche, just let anybody come up to you and talk to you, because you don't know who the fuck anybody is or what they're trying to do. I don't give a fuck who you are. And so like when people get mad at celebrities for acting out in a certain way by being followed around by people and cameras in their face when they're on their day off, it's like nah man, I'm on their team on that one.
Yeah.
That's why I always said, like, somebody asked me like ideally what's your ideal situation. I'm like, really? I would rather be a very successful actor that nobody knows. Like just get paid to do what I like. I get paid to do what I like and that not have a very large following of people that are trying to figure out where I live.
Like a Steve Guttenberg or a fucking what's his name? Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
The whole thing is like I want to be one of those guys that you see in all these things, but you have no idea what the name is.
Like Bill Paxton.
You want to be that Snap famous? Like, hey, that's
I mean, like, nah.
Yeah, like, I don't want someone to be like, oh, I need to find out where Garrett lives.
Yeah, no, I want them to be like either they know me from something or they don't, and then it's like, yeah, it's like, and then if they can't figure it out, like I know you from, and then I'm like, nah, then I'm just like, nah, no, you don't.
Oh, you know Brian? I think that's why we know Brian. Yeah, we both know Brian. Like, yeah.
Like, were you at Debbie's wedding?
Yeah,
you were in Debbie's wedding.
Hey, that's your freaky son, the one that sings.
Yeah.
He's not. I'm crying.
You sing? You fucking lie to me?
Voice like an angel. I think this is a little bit of a Ryan sing.
What the fuck was that?
You never heard that?
Oh.
I think we should wrap it up, unless you got any.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think we're just gonna fuck around if we feel like it. But I mean, whatever. There's not much stuff to talk about, and I just like I don't even know. I don't even know anymore, guys.
Yeah, I know. It's we don't. There's it's all the same fucking news every day. We can't really talk about it.
I like having guests because we can kind of figure it out. But then it's all about like, oh, what are you doing? Well, the world's shut down, and then after that, it's like, what are we doing while the world's shut down? It's like I've literally I kind of want to know what you guys are up to, see if you were trying to learn anything new, do anything different. I'm kind of trying to do. I'm learning technology stuff more and more, and like the internet and seeing what I fucking can do. But it's also
I've been cooking a lot.
Yeah,
that's one thing that I have been doing, and I've been realizing I was like, fuck, I've been cooking's difficult and time consuming. Like I have right now some carne asada marinated, and I feel very excited about that. And then I made some chicken.
Yeah, just been making shit for my grandparents.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all I've been doing really. And going on runs for them for stuff.
And pretty much, yeah, just cooking. That's it. You know, I mean, as he said, there's like everything else I want to do. Like it just you can't.
Yeah, I cut my own hair.
I saw that. That's why I said it looks like you cut your own hair.
Thanks, appreciate it.
You gotta just like blend the fade a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, fading's hard.
I was
Especially
trying to,
like you can't see the back or anything.
yeah, I know. I was trying to convince Sarah to do it for me the other day, and I was like, "Let's just tape it." Just like I was like, "Do whatever you want." I'm like, "It'll grow back."
Remember the time you got the haircut from like a new barber, and then your haircut looked like Chaz Bono?
Yeah.
Let's not do that again.
Yeah, but at this point, no one's gonna see me. I can wear hats.
True, I guess, but I don't know.
I was thinking of just shaving my head into a mohawk.
Now's the time to experiment.
That's what I'm talking about. I
Yeah.
never had it.
No, I think it'll be bad. Like you're 30 now, so like you might shave your head. That shit may not grow back.
That's true. It would be like Javi's beard.
Yeah, shaved his beard and it's just
He
like
shaved his beard and then it came back all fucking. It was just all these fucking bald spots.
yeah.
Nah,
Like, what happened?
Like, I don't know. His hair was just like fuck it. We don't got to do this anymore.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm afraid to shave right now. He's got me scared. All right, dude. Well, I miss you, and I gotta take a shit.
Absolutely not.
Eh.
Shave the beard. Not shave my beard.
D. Rotten says to shave our beards. No, thanks. I would shave my head just for the gram.
No.
I do. I have a weird shaped head.
I did want to bring this one thing up in comics right now, which is pretty cool. Is the Power Rangers comic book? They're doing this crossover with the Ninja Turtles, and they just had an issue where the Ninja Turtles become Power Rangers, and it's pretty cool.
What the fuck? I need this.
I thought more than anything you would fucking love it. I can kind of share like a screen. I think.
Well, I know there was a crossover before with the Turtles and the
Batman.
That was
DC Universe.
yeah, and I have that one. I have the hardcover Batman one, but there's also they did one before with the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Here, let me see if I can do this then. Give me one
Ninja
second.
Turtles becoming Power Rangers.
Yeah, that's pretty
fucking. It's pretty dope.
This is kind of just what we were just talking about, but different.
All right, here you can check. I think can you guys see this screen?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I see it.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, yeah.
Oh shit.
So you have Leo, obviously the Blue Ranger. Donatello is the Black Ranger. Raph is the Red Ranger. Mikey is the Yellow Ranger, and April is the Pink Ranger.
What?
And Shredder becomes the Green Ranger.
What?
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
That is so cool.
So I was gonna say, if you're a fan of 90s, 80s nostalgia, you like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, we got that comic run. I believe it's a mini series, so I think there's only like five issues, but they're on 4 right now.
You know, I got the first issue of the Turtle Batman crossover. They didn't know it was gonna be a hit.
I don't know.
I think they made an animated version of it.
Yeah, now they did. Yeah, but I have the hardcover of the whole series, but I bought the first issue after they released it, and I was like, this is fucking dope, and they were only in limited release, so eat this guy.
Yeah. That's funny because we were just talking
I
about
know.
that.
Can you? I don't know if you can see what is. Yeah, yeah. I know.
What?
It's this picture of Leo. Can you see it? Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, but it says black people when they see an actor playing in another movie. There's like just what we were talking about.
Yeah,
and
we're
then,
like, oh, who's
yeah,
that?
Yeah, and then that's below it. It says, "Ain't that Snap's fingers? Damn, what their name?"
It's funny. We were just talking about that.
All right, man. Let's cut it.
I think that's a good way to finish it off. Next week we'll have another guest, right? And then we'll just try and have fun. I mean, if you want, we could do some like smaller shows. I was thinking about starting something called like Humpcast Happy Hour. Maybe we'll do
some little short ones and where we drink. I mean, we should do that regularly. We have some drinks and kind of just do some short, I don't know, games or something maybe.
Yeah, I think we'll do something. We have more content out there for sure. I'm gonna finish this episode. You guys kind of just hang out for a bit. We could talk after this. Give me 1 second. I believe that's it. We'll go ahead and say, Steve Rogers, where can people find you?
At at Steve X Rogers on Twitter. That's where I'll be.
Ryan D everywhere
at Ryan P. Demers right there.
And Garrett _AM Lee. Thank you for watching and listening.
Thank you, Eddie Pence.
Thank you for our wonderful guest, Eddie Pence. And we will see you next time.